Welcome to the short reflection from Holy Trinity Church in Twickenham on this, the Tuesday of Holy Week. In a moment, I'm going to hand over to Emily, who will lead us today. But before that, I just wanted to say a few words to set things in context. On the Tuesday of Holy Week, the Church remembers the ministry of Jesus on the Mount of Olives. Every year, Jesus travelled to Jerusalem to observe the Passover feast, and the Mount of Olives was his base. It's where he would have stayed during the days of the festival. And it was also that more intimate setting where he taught his disciples. I'm sure for them, the Mount of Olives seemed familiar and comforting. But as we give thought to the unfolding events of Easter, it is fair to say that the Mount of Olives was also the scene of some disturbance and challenge as well. It was from the summit of the Mount of Olives that Jesus would have looked out across the Kidron Valley to lament over Jerusalem. At the foot of the mountain lies the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus prayed and wept and was arrested. Inasmuch as the Mount of Olives felt comforting and reassuring, it was also the scene of some disturbance and challenge, both of which lead me to ask this question. What about Easter for you feels comforting and familiar? And what about Easter for you feels disturbing and challenging? Now, for those of you reading through the Passion narrative in Matthew's Gospel with me this week, today we read chapters 24 and chapters 25. Let me know how that goes. But for now, here's Emily with her reflection.
Hi there, I'm Emily and I'm a secondary school teacher and governor at Archdeacon Cambridge's, and I wanted to talk to you about Easter and what it means to me. So for me, Easter is really about seeing God at work in small everyday moments, and a really good example of this is a scheme that we run at my school where staff act as Lenten angels for each other. So we pick someone from our Lenten angel tree and then anonymously we'll do quiet acts of kindness for them as we go through Lent before the Easter holidays, so that we can support them. That can go from leaving daffodils on someone's desk, putting chocolate in a pigeonhole, or making someone a coffee at the end of a really long day at school with lots of marking. Small things that really, done well can be done with care and often without anyone knowing who they're from. And for me, that's where I see God at Easter. Easter is a story of love, it's a story of sacrifice, and it's a story about us not expecting anything back, and hope and new beginnings. So in a really busy school environment, it's easy to rush past one another, to keep our heads down and keep, busying away with the day. But during our Lenten Angel scheme, we take time to think about others, and it has a huge impact on staff across the school.